mrbeast is in some trouble, and it all has to do with a game show that he is filming for Amazon Prime. Contestants of the show are speaking out, saying that the conditions that they have been experiencing are unacceptable, with hospital evacuations, people not having enough food or water while filming. People are saying that things have been unfair, and allegedly they are paying people off so they do not get sued. It is a whole massive situation, and people have a lot to say and a lot of questions about this. A lot of people love mrbeast, and I mean, he's literally the most subscribed to channel on YouTube, so to hear that someone known for his charitable and kind acts is being accused of putting people in dangerous and unfair situations is troubling. Though some have noted that just because he does nice things on camera doesn't mean he's an actual amazing person, comparing it to how David Dobrik once gave away cars and iPads and money and didn't seem to care about his own friends' general safety. He just wanted some good content. But the things being said about mrbeast right now when it comes to his game show don't make him look good at all. It's a massive production, so he isn't the only one at fault here, with people also calling out Amazon Prime, wondering why this is all happening. Back in March, it was reported that mrbeast had struck a deal with Amazon for the biggest competition series in TV history. They were to feature 1,000 contestants, all competing for a $5 million cash payout, which would be the biggest single prize in the history of television and streaming. The Hollywood Reporter noted that Donaldson also negotiated the right to retain creative control of the production. But this week, as filming has gone on in Vegas, bits and pieces of information have been reported. It sounds like more than 1,000 ended up competing, at least according to those at the scene. The site Vital Vegas published a story giving real-time updates to the current situation. Vital Vegas reported, update, July 19th, 2024, in a concerning twist to this story, a source claims Desert Springs Hospital has seen countless patients today coming from Beast Games due to lack of food and water. We have reached out to mrbeast and his publicist about the situation. No further information is available at this time. They noted the next day that they actually heard from mrbeast's team, writing, "We heard back from a mrbeast representative who stated mrbeast was working on an upcoming video with 3 medical issues out of 2,000 participants. 2 were medical events unrelated to the games or production, and 1 involved dehydration. There was plenty of water and electrolyte drinks on site and a full medical staff. Personnel attended to the people immediately. They were all released shortly after and are doing well." But later, Vital Vegas reported, "We received contradictory reports about the conditions during the production of Beast Games. A hospital employee told us, 'I'm aware of 3 or 4 hospital evacs today. Overnight shift said it was insane. So not sure if or how many hospital evacs there were. The production is a show and unprepared for the scale, making decisions as they go along. The bare bones medic staff on site is not adequate and were overwhelmed last night. They compete at night.' One contestant reports contestants were instructed to provide producers with 5 days worth of medications, and as of today, contestants have not received a single dose. They have denied food to diabetics, denied water to contestants, and at least 2 individuals have had seizures as a result." The mrbeast representative says this information is inaccurate. Since our original story, we've heard from a number of eliminated contestants, and their experiences vary widely. So there is a lot being said here. I mean, truly, denying food to diabetics, denied water to contestants, these things are crazy. And I don't want to believe that this is what is really happening, but there are multiple sources that are saying that this is what is going on as mrbeast is filming right now. Obviously, it's all alleged, but these are not the things that you want to be hearing that is happening on the set of one of the biggest YouTubers out there creating a show with Amazon Prime. I mean, it is a huge deal that mrbeast even got this opportunity, and you definitely don't want to see it flop. This could open up so many doors for other YouTubers in the future getting deals with streaming platforms. So to hear that it is being handled in this way is definitely upsetting. Vital Vegas also noted questions about the fairness of the competition have also been raised. The 2,000 contestants were divided into groups of 400. Some of the contestants reportedly stacked the deck in their favor by creating teams of mostly young, strong men. The first group eliminated was largely older people and women. So this is one of the things that I've been hearing a lot of as doing research for this video, is that it is giving boys club energy. The boys are teaming up together to get the women out, to give themselves a better chance at winning. One eliminated contestant, Janae, posted a video onto TikTok detailing her experience. She says they eliminated 400 people the first day and noted that it wasn't a fair scenario.
Like, he should have made it even instead of one team being like 50% elderly individuals, because that was basically my team, and we lost really bad. And then there was another team that was all guys because they demanded no women would be allowed. Very racist, very sexist. That's a very, very sexist thing to do. And mrbeast allowed that on his show. mrbeast, like, he genuinely just wants to psychologically, like, disturb people. And that's exactly what his show is. And I've heard this from a lot of reputable sources now. That show really is destroying lives.
Now, someone hearing about this sort of thought, well, maybe the producers are looking for a story. They want the drama to keep people invested when they're actually watching the show back. And maybe this is how they're going about that, by having people like rival against each other. But as more information has been released, it seems more effed up than anything. And you can't deny that the conditions these contestants are allegedly in are unacceptable. I mean, we cannot have people not having access to food and water or to their medications.
People on the show, like, had such a hard time getting their medication. Many people, and these are prescription medications. Many people, sometimes they hadn't gotten their medication for like 2 days. Some of it was like epileptic medication, like really vital, necessary medication. I know for me, every time I went to go and try and get my medication, I would have trouble as well. Sometimes just the lady distributing the medication, she would just give me a lot of attitude because I take my medication more than once in a day.
She talked about how the show affected people psychologically and that it was not all fun and games like she thought it would be, describing the environment to be a prison.
Like, mrbeast is a monster, and the games that he does are really cruel and sick. They actually had called a one kind staff member of the only three kind staff members that I came across that were like really concerned about the well-being of all the people that were so distraught, had actually come to me and asked me if I was okay, and I told them I wasn't. One of them had called a psychologist to come on set and talk to me, and that psychologist had even informed me that shows like mrbeast, and I'm assuming probably similar type game shows, they kind of destroy the contestants. It is extremely psychologically damaging, and I really think that it should end, or they need to redesign it in a way that is more psychologically safe.
Now, with this news, YouTuber Rosanna Pansino has been vocal about the issues surrounding the show, as she is seemingly in contact with participants. She tweeted out this week saying, "The news about mrbeast Beast Games is disturbing. I feel bad for all of the contestants and Amazon. They are trying to do a ton of damage control behind the scenes right now. I don't think they knew what they were getting into working with Jimmy." And the things that she is revealing that she's allegedly heard from on set are awful.
On to the messages. So the messages that I have received from contestants on the show are pretty much all telling a similar story, and I find them to be very disturbing. Some of the messages are from people who have competed and they've been eliminated. Some of the messages are from people who are still competing, and some of them are from people that I personally know who are involved on the show and still doing so. These people are genuinely upset about how things are going. They're scared for not only their own safety, but the safety of their friends who are still competing. They aren't doing this out of spite. They're doing this because they are afraid for themselves and for their friends. As of right now, I have 10 stories from 10 different people, and none of them have shared their stories with each other, and I will be talking more about them in the future. I have personally worked in entertainment and on sets for almost 2 decades, and what is going on here is beyond disgusting and extremely dangerous. I wanted to read you one of the messages with the permission of one of the contestants to give you an idea of why I'm so upset and why I simply just can't let this go. It's absolutely not okay. So I'm going to read to you her message. "I was a contestant until the end. I also didn't accept their hush money. It was really bad. People were having seizures because they were not getting medication, even though we were promised we would. And it was 100% rigged. They presented it as though the game would be like Squid Games, basically a type of game show where all the games are an even playing field. That was not at all the case. All the games were about speed and strength, so only the young athletic males were at an advantage over the women, and elderly people were also casted. To make things worse, men started realizing that they could take out the women without being eliminated. Guys started tackling and hitting women. 2 girls were tackled and passed out on the field and were dragged off to continue filming. I saw people with broken bones, stitches, etc., and most were women.
Rosanna then later shared some insights she got about the environment the contestants were living in, and it truly is horrible.
We were given maybe 400 calories a meal and only fed every 12 hours. Food would run out and people would fight over, steal, and hoard food. Water was scarce and kept running out as well. I had to sit with a bloody pad for 2 days before I could get undergarments and my reusable pads because I'm allergic to regular pads. We were also sleep deprived, only allowed 3 to 4 hours. We all slept on the floor in the stadium in a $10 sleeping bag. I get that people saying it's a game show and it's not meant to be easy. I'm not saying it should be easy, but it was presented like Squid Games, where competitions were not biased and didn't exclusively cater to young athletic men. People who went signed up for Squid Games, not for American Ninja Warrior and Survivor. Why else would they cast elderly people on the show?
Something interesting was that Roe read a statement saying that they had offered anyone who lost $1,000 to sign away their rights to join any kind of class action lawsuit, which I will say when Janae was talking about her experience, she did mention getting $1,000, but she didn't say for what.
You get fake money while you're on the show. Complete fake money. And then they take it from you right after they get their little shots done. And then they have you sign some paperwork where they tell you that they're going to send you the money at a later point in time. For me, it was supposed to be $1,000. That's like nothing. $1,000 for everything that we'd gone through.
Roe mentioned that after news had picked up about the conditions of the show, they had allegedly offered an additional $1,000 per person. She read another statement that said that it felt like the Hunger Games in one of the competitions as they fought for money while mrbeast stood on a podium watching, and people were getting quite aggressive, and it started to feel like safety protocols should have been in place to prevent injuries. And Rosanna said that she was going to keep people posted on what's going on, and we'll be sharing more. And I know people have their feelings about Rosanna speaking out on mrbeast specifically, but just hearing the information alone, you gotta admit that it sounds bad. Especially because Rosanna isn't the only one that is coming out to report on this information. I know a lot of people will feel some type of way because they feel like Rosanna just doesn't like mrbeast and she wants to take him down, but there's other people that are speaking out about their experiences, people that really like mrbeast, that they wanted to participate this and they've left disappointed. So I don't know what is about to happen, but things clearly need to be done and quickly. But as of right now, that's what's been said about this new mrbeast game show. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.